Start so. Hello! Here we are. It's Good Beer Live. It's Saturday night. Woo!
Saturday night.
We've got a corker of a show for you. A corker of a show.
Corker.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
I can.
I'm joking.
There we go. I had it playing in the background. Amateur hour.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
dear.
Oh well, never mind.
There we go.
It's only live.
Exactly, yeah. So it is our core range special tonight. And I am joined by my lovely guest hosts, Mr. Craig from Kent Beer Reviews.
Hello. How you doing?
Hello. All good. How are you?
Getting there.
Yeah.
Been a bit, not been drinking that much the last sort of, probably getting on for 3 weeks now, I guess. But
Cool, dear.
had a beer in a week. One beer on Wednesday, one beer literally this evening, and that's it. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you got a fresh palate coming into these beers then?
I wouldn't say that, but
No.
it's going to be just as rubbish as normal. But yeah.
And we're joined by Rob from HopZine. How's it going, Rob?
Yeah. In contrast to Craig, I've been drinking all of the beer.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Been good times. We were at Cloudwater, friends and family, last week, and then Indie Beer Feast yesterday. So
Nice.
it's been a bit full on
Yeah.
for the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
So what you need to do now is drink 3 beers really quickly in the space of about an hour.
Hey, this is a splash in the ocean, really. At the moment, this.
Yeah.
Steady evening. This one in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to talk to you more about that later on. The old
Really?
Cloudwater.
I'll tell you as much as I'm allowed
Shenanigans.
legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, sounds an interesting weekend. To say that.
Yeah, it was. Interesting.
Cool. So should we dive straight into our first core range beer
Yeah,
that we're looking at tonight? Anyone want to introduce this one?
that it's from Wild Beer Co. Sleeping Limes, coming in at, I haven't even checked. There we go, 4.6%. And I think this is one of their core range beers now. I think they stepped up to their core range, I think. So yeah, I'm quite interested in trying this myself. I've not had this one, or the lemon equivalent of this either. So
Yeah, I've had sleeping lemons. Haven't
Yeah,
had
me too.
sleeping limes.
yeah,
But it's quite interesting because it's got limes, sea salt, and then lager in
I saw all that.
question
It's
marks.
An upside down question mark, no less.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, is that
Yeah.
what Spanish question marks or something like that? One
Yeah.
upside down on either end.
I don't know. Perhaps it's an Australian question mark or something. I don't know.
What is it? A lager, a goza, a sour, all or none of the above? That's what it says on the back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I remember I've read that commercial description somewhere and I was like, give it a whirl then.
Ooh, quite pungent on the opening there.
Us limeys.
But I am a big fan of Wild Beer Co. And with their sort of like whole sort of plethora of core range available in Waitrose and stuff, it's more accessible than
really
ever really.
Yeah, it's good. The Millionaire is what stands out for me.
Yeah.
It's like, and the price is just like, get 6 bottles. It's just, it's just so good. But yeah.
I mean, this is coming off quite lagery actually.
It is.
Yeah. Kind of like very pale, kind of kind of like bronzish colour.
Nice.
I think it's a whitehead. I mean, my light.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Looks crisp.
Yeah. Looks good.
Crisp and refreshing for sure.
Should we go for an aroma?
Yeah. Or not.
Wow.
Wow.
It does definitely have a lager
It's
kind of inflection to it. I guess, isn't it?
It's almost like lager tops.
lime and lager. Because I used to drink this sort of stuff for some reason.
Lager and lime, yeah. It's this lager,
Lager and
their version of lager and lime. The Sleeping Lemons is really quite a sharp tart beer.
Yeah. It really is on like south, and I mean I remember I've actually got a bottle of it in the fridge. I might crack open later, but I remember Sleeping Limes being sort of like quite a hazy beer, like. Whereas this maybe it is going more down that sort of lager route, like lager goza hybrid.
It's definitely you can definitely pick up that lager-esque-ness.
Yeah.
So almost something sweet about it.
Lime zest, big time.
Yeah.
There's a certain kind of that salinity. It's definitely got kind of like smells like wet paving stones in a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
It smells great. It smells really. It smells really summery.
Yeah.
Should we go for it? Should we go for a
Nice.
sip?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cheers! 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 Cheers!
Oh yeah, that's not what I expected at all, and that's really pleasant. That's just exactly what I was. I'm in the market for right now.
Oh, that's a nice palate cleanser as well.
Yeah, I really like that dry finish. Is really good.
Yeah, it's really. It's not too over. That it's like whoa, just lime like sharpness. It's not quite as sharp.
Yeah,
as you can get.
It's not like it's not like a sourness, is it? It's that slight tartness of lime in there. It's
very slight. I mean, because I do I cook stir fries and stuff, and then I add like quite a lot of lime juice into the mix, as it were, and this is coming through like
it's definitely got that kind of like. Well, it does actually say sea salt, but it's not kind of like granulated kind of salt. It's not monosodium glutamate, is it? It's kind of like lovely flecks of Himalayan sea salt, and it's that kind of thing. It's really which brings this kind of slightly savoury edge to it. But I mean, well, it's quite interesting. I mean, if you hadn't have seen lager on the can, would you have got that? 'Cause maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. But I think for the sake of the consumer, I think if you're on the market for limes, I think salt might be a bit of a curveball for some people, but then the lager bit, I think it delivers what it's hinting at.
Yeah.
I think on the aroma, I'd pick up the lager part, but I'm not sure about the actual when you drink it.
I think there is sort of a lager graininess to it. There's that sort of, and it's sort of with that slight salt edge. It's reminding me a bit of like when you have like sea salted butter on like white bread.
Yeah,
because it's got that like sort of like sweeter sort of grainy malt with a little bit of salinity on there. No butter. There's no butter.
No. Yeah. No. It's
God, but that is an absolute crusher of a beer.
What summer beer that could be? I think. If next time we get some warm weather.
I mean, this could be bordering on sort of like a radler. But with higher ABV.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the sweetness.
No,
I think that's nicely done in that sense.
It's lush, isn't it? It's just like crushable and it's really for sure. I don't know if I'll probably have a couple of these. I reckon when it's hot, but I don't think I could. I'd probably want to go on to something else.
Yeah, I don't know if you could just drink like a 4-pack of them.
No,
maybe on the right occasion, barbecue, blazing hot sun.
Yeah, certainly with food it'd be cracking with food.
Oh, definitely. Cool.
Some kebab skewers and stuff like that.
I mean, I think it's in even though it's sort of quite a strange beer in terms of mixes sort of styles, but in a way it is quite a simple beer. And like Rob said, it delivers on what it says on the tin.
Exactly.
Which for me is always, if you're going to put something on your packaging, like deliver what it says, and this does. It's not knocking my socks off, but it is highly drinkable and very very nice.
It's a great
and for a core range beer.
I
mean, that's what you want. You want something that's going to make you, well, in the most cynical sense, make you a load of money.
Yeah.
That's what, and that affords you to do the more kind of wild kind of things. I'm really interested. I'm really glad I found this. I mean, I think this is something that when summer rolls around, I think this is definitely something I'll go back to. It's something I'll give other people as well.
Yeah,
I think it's something. I think it's really approachable. That whole we kind of joked about it before we even opened it. That it is a lime. It's like a lime top.
Yeah.
And it's done really, really well actually. I was kind of reassured that I was thinking, oh, it's going to be really fucking sour. I'm going to have like heartburn in like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, I've got another 2 beers to drink. I'm going to struggle, but that's been a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it definitely has been. And I just realised at the top of the show, I forgot to mention our lovely sponsors, Honest Brew, where we got all these beers from. And what reminded me of it is that's a great beer to sort of add to your cart if you're making up an order.
Yeah.
Like add a couple of those to your cart to like make up the order, because you won't regret having those in your in your fridge.
Yeah, that's the situation, and you always kind of like get excited about the latest like Verdant Northern Monk kind of releases and stuff like that, and then then you go, oh no, I need to put another like £6 in there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet it's pretty cheap actually.
Yeah.
So here's the untapped verdict, or whatever you want to call it, or guidelines, or blah blah blah. So yeah, it's been out. So I guess that's the month. I don't know what way around. I never remember what way around they do this. Go away.
Get us nothing incriminating.
all these alerts coming from dodgy sites. So it's been around since it was either May or April last year. So I thought it was fairly new, but also I've never got around to trying it till now. So it's just 6,200 total check-ins. Quite a lot in the last 30 days, considering the time of year. Perhaps that brief warm spell.
Yeah, got everybody gagging for it.
Yeah, so and then just over 5,500 total ratings. Go away, Nick. And so yeah, coming in all the frees. There you go, 3.33.
Yes, it's lower than I thought it would be, but I mean,
yeah.
I suppose it is. It might be a divisive beer.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's one of those things when you've got kind of lagers. It says a girls in there, but I mean, there's a blurring of the lines really. But even a goes actually, I don't think you'll struggle to get like a big old rating for stuff like that. Probably a really respectable rating. I bet you could look at some really top quality lagers, which aren't the darlings of the craft beer scene. So I mean, discount Legacy Hells, discount Augustina.
Yeah,
those. I mean, but if you look at something which is still really good but not quite as revered, they'll be knocking around that mark.
Yeah. So not bad.
It kind of talks about his like love of South American food and stuff, doesn't it, on there? And it says stuff about I can't remember the bit further down. He actually mentions Corona, I think.
Yeah, I was Corona with the pushing the lime in there.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I used to be all about that back in the day. At Next Millennium Bar in Wayfield. Had a Corona and actually it was Desperados. We discovered it on one Sunday night. They were doing it for £1.50 a bottle. It was a right one.
I had a
this lager's got tequila in it. Hey!
I had a Corona last summer actually, and it was pretty awful compared to this, of course.
That's why you drink it through a piece of wedge of lime, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like experiment with these sort of beers every now and again that I don't drink anymore, just to see. Sometimes they surprise you. Something that's actually not too bad. I think it's because you're only having the one. You're kind of sober, and I'll have one of them, and it's like maybe if you've not had a beer for a few days, it's like.
And they're usually like ice cold.
Yeah, even a beer that is. It's not going to be great, but it's probably better than what it is when you've not had a beer for a while. I think it's because it's beer, any beer. Anyway, about that. But yeah, that's really cracking, isn't it?
Tasty stuff. A good one to start on.
It is, yeah. Yeah, exactly what you want in a core range beer for me. No, enough interest, but like ultra drinkable.
Yeah. No, it's nice that.
That's good.
Oh man.
Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
I'll do the honours. Next one we've got is I'd say Wylam's flagship beer, Jacob, as they say on the can, a supercharged IPA, the Wylam Classic. It says on the back. I mean, I think the new can's looking great with it.
Yeah.
It's got. I don't know. So a Jacob is like something to do with a snake, I presume. That's what used to be on some of the old bottles. Interestingly, somebody remarked on Twitter early because apparently in Glasgow, someone who is Jakey is an alcoholic. That's on you. And it's
not all Jakes, though, is it?
There's a bit of a fucking jerky. Yeah. So an IPA are 6.3% ABV. I mean, and from what I mean, I've had a can of this when it first came out in cans, and I think they have had a little tinker around compared with what I kind of remember of the kind of previous version, especially. I mean, you can go in a bunch of pubs in Newcastle, and it's a beer that you will find on draft.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the hops, like this must have had a recipe change, hasn't it? Because I don't think it was those hops like the T90 stuff in the original one, was it?
Don't know.
I first had this on cask before I even knew what the brewery was in London in 2015, and when I was in the Crown and Anchor in Brixton, and this was on, and I thought, I'll give that a go. I'll have a half, and then I went back and had a pint, which I very rarely do these days. So
yeah, it was funny. I mean, was it? I don't know. Maybe the first time I had it was because Wylam as a brewery has been around in a different guise for quite a long time. He owned by somebody. I think it was based on a farm. It's very traditional, boring kind of like twiggy fucking rubbish. And then Dave Stone bought it. And I think first time they came onto my radar, they were Indie Man, and they had a bar. The branding had changed. It's not as sophisticated as it is now. I think the brand is fantastic now. It was a little bit naive, and it was really quite entertaining that Dave had clearly employed some bar staff for the evening, shall we say. I won't say anything more than that to maybe entice drinkers over to his bar. I went.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
It worked. And where they are now, I think they came to where they are now quite quickly, especially after they moved to the I think it's called where the brewery is, and they changed so rapidly. I think a lot of the core team, I mean, as far as the team brews, I think they've been there for quite a while now, probably since they moved into that kind of place. Another main head brewer, Gary Big Beard, can't remember his name. I think he's been with Dave since probably Dave bought it. But they're good people. They're a lot of fun at Wylam.
Yeah. I'd like to go up there to their festival whenever it's October. Is it end of October?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty. Because them boys, they know how to have a drink.
Yeah, they do.
I heard some stories about them. It's like, the first time Hop City, they were there and they were going. They were absolutely.
Well, I remember them beckoning me and Craig over. They were like dancing, and then they're like going.
Yeah, that's like.
So we're like, we'll go have some Wylam. So it worked.
Yeah.
Just because they were so much fun, sort of thing. But yeah,
and lovely, friendly people. I mean, Dave was on the bar at Cloudwater last weekend, and he was very friendly as he always is.
Yeah, he's a nice
he always remembers you. It goes a long way, I think, that kind of thing. Anyway, less of the Wylam loving.
Yeah.
Shall we? The colour wise, it's that kind of. It's orangey looking. I'm holding it up to my light.
Quite dark, I think.
Yeah.
Sort of like a deep
Yeah.
amber, yeah.
I can't remember what it looked like on cast back 4 years
Mine
ago.
is really fucking murky. I don't know about yours.
Really murky, yeah.
Mine's really opaque.
I've not even. I've still got quite a lot in the can as well. So
Mine looks a bit like mango juice.
what's going to be in the bottom of that can?
All the goodness.
Yeah, it's that murky already, you know.
And there's a bit of a head.
Yeah,
Not massive,
not
but
too, like just off white, but yeah, it looks a real kind of. It looks like a double IPA almost, or maybe one of them, even to the point where it could be like a triple IPA appearance wise.
6.3.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Just the colour in the middle of the glass, not the pale top and bottom, but the actual centre. It's got that kind of what I remember of a triple I. I don't drink too many of them, of course.
I had one last night.
Oh, there you go. You've done it for me.
No, I don't. But yeah, I do keep getting whiffs of it, so I think we should get the shells in there. Lovely.
Wow.
Lovely mango.
Wow.
Tropical or what? It's definitely not how I remember it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Loads of kind of orange and peach for me. That's the first things that hit me.
It is the smell is Moorish. It's a really deep, like there's a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
There's like layers.
Yeah.
Maybe hint of white pepper, maybe. You know? But yeah, it's lots of kind of like juicy orange and pale stone fruit for me, peach and mango.
Yeah. Definitely fleshy blood orange.
Fleshy
blood orange.
Yeah, it actually is. I've got blood orange upstairs. I'll go and get it out. Look it all over my face. I found some blood orange in like one of our local farmers. There's like this farm shop. It's really nice, and they had blood orange. And I'm going to buy some of them.
Just to see how fleshy it is.
Just for that very reason.
It just reminds me of that, not just taking the mick or nothing, but it does go.
No, it does actually. It absolutely does. And it's not. Which one thing I really like about the aroma, we've not even tasted it yet, but it's not overtly sweet. It's not too melon forward. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting a little bit tired of everything tasting like melon.
Yeah.
And that doesn't smell like melon. Maybe it'll taste like that, and then I'll eat my words. But I want to get it down my gullet anyway.
Yeah.
So let's
go
for it.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, lovely.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Oh, that's good. That's got a real softness to it.
But then a little prickle of bitterness, a little prickle of spice.
It's not too kind of overboard in any kind of direction, is it really?
No,
for me,
it's got like a nice little caramelly sort of malt character going on with it.
Yeah. It's just all well kind of put together like a jigsaw. It's got that kind of thing. Wow, that is good, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. It does have. It's orange flesh. It's peach stone for me. I mean, when you're finishing a peach and you kind of like kind of stucking away at the stone. It's got a bit of that about it.
Slight dryness with that kind of slight dry fruit going on. Yeah, like you say, peach stone, but
that dryness kind of brings a bit of kind of like a spiciness to it.
Yeah, that pepperiness has just come through for me.
Yeah, but it's really that flavour is really lingering on the palate. That slight bitterness at the back end is hanging around.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, I've drunk a bunch of beers today in Leeds, and that's probably my favourite today.
Really,
lovely. Yeah, I mean, it was a funny one because I think for a while maybe they have given it a little bit of a spruced it up a little bit because when I think of Jakehead, I think it's a good beer, but I always think it's a bit malt forward and can be a little bit kind of bit like Sierra Nevada Torpedo. I think it became a little bit, but I think it's got a bit more life to it as that. It's got a little bit more sophistication to the hop quality.
It does feel a bit bolder than what I had it before. Now, I don't even know if the ABV has changed at all or not.
Don't know.
I mean, I've done a review of this back in the early days, and in the pub.
Oh, right.
And yeah, I'll have to check back just to compare it, really, but whatever. And I love the artwork on this as well. That is really,
Yeah,
really
it's cool, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
a really cool looking can.
And again, for that to be one of your core range beers, this isn't like one of their seasonal.
It's their flagship beer,
yeah.
and this is the beer that people know Wylam for.
Yeah,
brought them to the dance, really.
Yeah, well, this was the beer that introduced me to them, and I made my own mind up back then. I thought, wow, this is a good brewery. And no one said nothing. I just saw this on cast, and I thought, well, what? I want to try other stuff from these guys. And then slowly but surely they started canning and stuff. Like, yeah.
The two that they brought out a couple of weeks ago, they kind of bring them out in twos, it appears, Wylam. Because it's still quite a small brewery, really. The capacity is not massive. But not the ones that they released this week, the ones that were released like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember what they're called. One's like Chasing Through Mirrors, which is absolute cracker. And the other one, which is a pale ale. Those two have been absolutely spanking good beers.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if people have kind of followed our antics when we're in Birmingham, but I mean, the current rumor is that with our aspiration is to our next gathering to be up in Newcastle, whether it happens or not, I don't know. But Wylam are the reason why we're interested in. Newcastle's a great city, but Wylam definitely the reason to go up to Newcastle for beer, primarily. Yeah. Along with their brewery on by the river, which is great as well. I had a beer from them today. That was really nice. But they've made beer in Newcastle really cool, I think, with Wylam.
Yeah. It's I'd definitely love to go out there one day, like you say. But I'm still getting over how tasty this beer is.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It really is good. Because I know it's sold out pretty damn quick on a few. On Honest Brew, I think it sold out fairly quick. I don't think it's on there. I know the Sleeping with Limes is, or Sleeping Limes, not with limes.
So that's a different thing entirely. You keep that to yourself.
Yeah, but so I have to have a look in a minute.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is a good beer. I'll definitely buy a few of these again. Shots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it will be one of those beers that will reappear on Honest Brew. I don't think that it's a beer that you'll find on draft quite easily, especially in Newcastle. Cans might be intermittent. As I said, I think they're probably a 30-barrel brewery. They are quite limited for space because of the building that they're in. They're quite restricted because it's like a listed building.
Mm.
Oh, really? So not much expansion. Is that probably why they did the by the river?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never really thought about it like that. But they can't really, because it's in a park. It's in a big park, with like a boating lake and all this kind of business. It's great. It's like a fucking lake at the front of it. And then there's like at the back of it there's a miniature railway. But the building was built for the exhibition of the North in was it like the 30s or something like that?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the only remaining pavilion from that kind of expo back then, which was all about talking about kind of arts and crafts and engineering and stuff in the northeast. And the Great Exhibition of the North. That's the Great Exhibition of the North. And but then after that it closed down. It was a tank museum for a while, and then it just sat empty for a while. And then Dave kind of started poking around, and it's kind of breathed a bit of life into that area. It's a really nice park, actually.
That's really cool. Yeah. No, definitely want to get up there. At one point, it's a bit like when we went to Daya the other week. I feel like it's going to be sort of like that sort of experience up there as well. Where it's like every beer, it's just like yes, that's good.
I've just found the photograph of when I first had this in 2015.
Oh, it was still 6.3.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's a different beer. You got
look at
cast
that.
there,
It's
isn't it?
quite brown, isn't it? And it's,
yeah.
and it's in a fucking dimple mug.
Yeah. So that was back in 2015, and I was like, oh, give them a try, and then anyway, for that.
What else do they say on Untapped about this one, Craig?
Just gonna get back to the. I've only had this twice. I had it once locally as well, and now this. It's only the third time I've had it. Here we go. So, just over 15,000 check-ins, 600 in the last 30 days. It's been around since 2013, and 10,500 ratings, 3.87, which is pretty damn high for that amount of people, I would say.
I think it's a bit stingy, is that rating?
Well, it is stingy, but then you think that many people. That's the way I kind of work.
Averages bring it down, don't they?
You get 10% of the people are not gonna like it. Stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you drinking it then? Don't check it in. So yeah. This goes a supercharged IPA, rich, bright, and amber bronze with lots of American hop aroma, distinctly bittersweet on the palate, with a massive hop complexity, fashioned deep within the IPA tradition. That's it. That's what it says on the bloody blahs. 6.3, no IBUs counted there. So yeah, I love it. Great.
And entertainingly, can you see that the little matrix of photographs?
Oh yeah.
The first was my man Miles. Who's from up in there's Miles. Yeah.
50 check-ins.
Who might be watching? He might be watching. Yeah, he's from up in Newcastle as well.
He's a loyal drinker.
Absolutely. The most loyal jacket drinker was Miles Lambert.
Cool. So.
But no, it's a lovely beer. That's. I mean, it's one of those beers that you kind of maybe you can pass over because of all the ridiculous, the constant stream of new releases. But that's an absolute stormer.
Yeah, that's the thing. And nowadays, I just want to drink like good stuff.
We can rely on.
Yeah, I still like to, if I see a beer that sort of sounds interesting and takes my fancy, I will still take a punt on it. But 9 times out of 10, I will buy a beer that's reliable. Like then sort of go for it for the oddity.
I mean, there's a lot of beers that that sounds really good. Like especially some of these like imperial sweet stouts, and some of them are like, they've got donuts in and all this sort of jazz, and it's like, wow, they sound amazing. Are they going to live up to that sort of thing? I don't know, but you do. I generally do tend to stick to probably breweries that I know are going to be half decent, and even local breweries and stuff that I know what their beer's about. You might get the odd one that is going to be like you had. Was it today, Rob? Your one of your beers was a bit iffy.
Yeah, the Cloudwater single ops were just a bit meh. Yeah, it's one of those kind of situations where you find yourself in when the dizzying amount of one-off releases and stuff, and some of them are a little intermittent in the quality. But I mean, I really did stick to some kind of like core beers for a while, but then I've wondered since then. But yeah, I'm all for Headband from Verdant, Transmission from North. I mean, and this has definitely got a place in that kind of that regular rotation. I mean, I drink a lot of pale hoppy beers, and it's all those ones that you can bank on. Mm-hmm. And from drinking this, I mean, I've definitely. If I can get it more readily, I'd definitely add that to the list of stuff that I know I can rely on as being a really nice thing and delivering what I expect. Not it's that unknown the unknown kind of like quality of the constant kind of new releases, which is all fun and games, but you don't know if it's any good. You throw down the same amount of cash, just actually a lot of time more than something that you know what it is, you know you can rely on it, and you know you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? I mean, if you're throwing down £5 to £8 per can or whatever it is, it's like
and it's a disappointment sort of thing.
A disappointment is like
the world.
You don't really spend a stack of money, and Jesus, I've spent.
Yeah, I mean, do you reckon sometimes like a beer's price does come into it sometimes, and the core range beer, even if it doesn't exactly hit the mark, you're not that disappointed because you paid £2.50 for it or whatever it costs. But...
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a punt on something £3 and below. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes £5, I'm like, it generally has to be a brewery that I'm fairly confident it's going to be, even if it's a new release. They generally are good, generally.
Yeah, and you sort of go, and you like, well, I do anyway. I do go for beers that I think I'm going to like. Yeah. So like, I'll read the description, or I've had an iteration of it before, or whatever, and I will go for it again. But like, just core range beers, they're your bread and butter. They get you through the week.
Yeah. I mean, when I think of like successful core ranges, I mean, one I instantly think of is Magic Rock. I think Magic Rock have got a rock solid. I mean, they set out as a brewery to have a really good core range, and I think as things evolved, they started doing kind of specials. I don't think they ever went in. They probably started doing it before that. This culture really existed in the sense that the constant new releases, and I think they really concentrate on getting their core range really good of Magic Rock, and embedded it for people who just I mean, and stuff like Salty Kiss. You'd be so many people buy that. People who won't really think about drinking beer, or especially drinking a salted gooseberry beer. Yeah, salted sour gooseberry beer. I mean, I think they've done that. It's a real triumph of their rock solid car ranges.
I remember I was in Caps and Taps last summer when it was obviously blazing hot, and they get like the online orders on Deliveroo and stuff, and they probably had about 20 cases of that Dancing Bear lager, or whatever it's called now. I think they changed the name. I can't remember.
Dancing Bear,
and there were people were ordering like 15 cans here, and it's like, and it's flying out. Guys coming to pick it up off it's going. It's like flipping heck. And that's obviously the weather helps, and etc. barbecues and all that sort of thing. But yeah, like you said, core range beers from them. Cannonball. I mean, it's just like Cannonball. You got their triple porter. That's just
cracking beers. Yeah, I had one last week.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, that's just. Plus
Common Grounds is insane. Probably one of my favourite beers of all time. Common Grounds.
Grapefruit High Wire. It's great.
Yeah, High Wire Grapefruit's another one.
They've probably got the best core range in the country.
I was going to say, who comes to mind when you think of like good core ranges? Besides.
Well, I think. Well, it's hard to like sort of say a brewery that does a solid. There isn't a brewery better than Magic Rock who does like everything good in their range of beers. Just trying to like rack my brains now, because there's certain beers I go to from breweries like within their core range, but to have the whole lineup, I can't think of another brewery who does it really. I mean, North probably have a similar range, don't they? Like their coconut porter. Transmission
Sputnik, Herzog. Yeah, there's a bit of that. Yeah, but I guess it's the bastion of the kind of the older brewery. You know what I mean? When I think of core range, and a good core range is Adnams. Adnams have got a good core range. I mean, it might not be quite as pulse racing as Magic Rock, but I mean, like Broadside and Ghost Ship and beers like that. I mean, you can't really fault stuff like
No, go ship. I drink it quite a lot because it's so accessible down here, and it's definitely one of my go-to core range beers. But yeah, So what do you look for? Is it the plethora of a core range that so they do 6 beers and they're all different styles, or do you just like pinpoint on the ones you like, sort of thing?
I think the kind of like the measure of a good core range. I think you need a bit of breadth of style, really. I mean, you need something dark in there. You need a porter or a stout. You need a couple of lower ABV pales. You probably need an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
I love a Headband and Bloom from Verdant, but Verdant don't have that. So, and that's and Light Bulb. I mean, that's their core, but they don't have a dark. They don't have a sour in there or something like that. I think not just because they're sat in front of me. Wild. I think they've got a pretty solid core range. I don't like some of their beers in their core range. I'm not that bothered about Fresh, but I think they've got some good stuff in there. I think Siren have a good core range.
Siren,
Broken Dreams, Liquid Mistress, Soundwave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you definitely can draw comparisons with Magic Rock and Siren.
And their Siren's sour beer, what's that called? Their core range sour. Calypso, yeah, that's a damn good beer. I mean, it's actually quite sour as well for like a core range beer.
And it was. I remember they did this big push on it. It was. It was like permanently in all Nicholson's pubs at one point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
bonkers. I don't know how it panned out, but I mean, good on them.
Do your sour face as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, your Calypso face, wasn't it?
I did that.
Yeah. They contacted me. The beer never showed up though.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, send it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it didn't show up. So fair enough.
Love a woo, Darren. And those cans turn up.
You probably went.
Yeah, that's not what we wanted. We wanted some Gurdon face.
Ridiculous face.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like, it's about how can we get loads of bloggers to completely embarrass them?
Yeah. Sell out. Sell out and do some sort of weird puckering face. We've sort of overlooked Thornbridge there. In terms of core range.
Yeah. Thornbridge is a funny one. I mean, I drank a couple of Thornbridge yesterday. Shall we move on to that whilst we?
There's a couple of comments. People said cheers. Eric Gilbert from over Canada, I think, and of course Paul from PA Brew News in Pennsylvania.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah.
Cheers, Paul.
You're doing well.
Shall we get on to the next one?
Yeah, go get a bottle opener.
I know. That rarity of a bottle opener.
I've chosen my Elvis bottle opener.
Lovely. Just because I'm a massive craft beer wanker, mine's a Mikkeller bar blade, and my second.
I agree.
Bottle opener, which is here. I mean, it's not here on purpose. It just happens to be here. Is another Mikkeller bottle opener. 2. Which came free with a big bottle. Big fucking bottle years ago.
But we digress, because we're moving on to the next bit. It is Thornbridge's Cocoa. It is Cocoa Wonderland, sorry. It's their chocolate porter coming in at 6.8% ABV. What does it say on the back? Cocoa Wonderland strikes the perfect balance between sweet milk chocolate and roasted coffee bitterness. And the hops are Magnum. Even tells you the hops on the back.
Oh, wow.
That's good. Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I've had this a bunch of times. I've had it on draft, put it in bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so what we're looking at then.
This is a beer that I've been wanting to try for years and years, and I never got round to it. So this is the first time I'm actually having it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite black as night, is it? It's got some red tinges to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's got a little red tinge to it, a nice crimson edge.
Yeah.
Nice
sort of like espresso head on the top.
Yeah,
for
sure.
It's even kind of dappled like an espresso.
Yeah.
That's looks good in the glass. It really does. Creamy.
Yeah, inviting.
Yeah. Lots of small bubbles right out the glass. All that.
Shall we have a sniff?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah. Got a bit of alcohol
Ooh.
left, actually, as I swirl it around.
Wow. Well, that's like milk chocolate for me.
Yeah, milk chocolate, and there's a bit something that reminds me of like roasted chestnuts as well.
Yeah, cocoa.
It does have a bit of a Nutella edge to it.
It does have a bit of Nutella.
It's got that slight sweet kind of edge that you sometimes don't get in this sort of style of beer. And this one's pitched on the aroma quite well, I think.
There's a tang to it. I mean, to the aroma, which kind of reminds me of. I don't see because I just don't know enough really. There's certain malts that you're finding quite a lot of traditional British beers, and I get a bit of that. I don't know if it's a certain crystal malt or I hesitate to say chocolate malt.
Yeah,
because that would be too obvious to put chocolate malt in a beer that's meant to taste like chocolate. Because chocolate malt doesn't really taste like chocolate.
No.
But it has got that tang to it.
I'm definitely getting like more of a cocoa.
Yeah.
Cocoa
I
powder.
agree completely. Yeah. It's got that
I mean,
chocolate
I sort of like because I picked up a little like sort of bit of tartness as well, and it does have lactose in it. So I wonder if it's sort of like a bit of a
that's that sweetness,
sort of like a milky quality.
Yeah. It smells nice though.
Oh yeah. I'm not. It says about like coffee bitterness. I mean, it is, but it's not for me. It's not like pungent coffee.
No.
It's
more chocolate than coffee.
It's a milky sweet
Yeah.
coffee, I guess. That says.
Yeah. Wow, that's good.
Shall we?
Let's go for it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Mm.
It takes me back to those first experiences of drinking Sam Smith's organic chocolate, but not as synthetic. But it's got that. It has got that kind of. It's not Cadbury's, but it's kind of like it's nice quality milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, it's got lovely.
It's your hotel chocolat sort of.
It has got a bit of that going on. Yeah, it's not in that sense. It's not massively bitter. It's a bitter chocolate. It's a sweetish chocolate.
Yeah, I think there for me it does end on a kick of bitterness, but it's almost like a sort of like a really sort of drying sort of coffee bitterness.
Yeah.
It almost gets a bit chalky at the end for me. Almost left with a chalky feeling on my tongue and sort of like roof of the mouth.
Because certain coffees can have I get a kind of like a red berry thing going on in there.
Yeah, I was trying to work out what it was. I was getting a fruit. I know you don't like cherry.
If it was cherry, we would have known.
You'd have known if there was some fucking cherry.
Yeah, so that's why I thought it's not
ruined
cherry.
Everything.
Because I knew you would have approved, but it's a lot. The price point on this as well is really good.
Yeah, for a 6.8% beer.
I've just checked on Honest Brew. It's still available. It's £2.29 a bottle.
Which you can't grumble at that, can you?
It's just really good as well. It's just like you think, oh, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be kind of one of these beers that it's got hints of this and hints of that, but doesn't really kind of deliver? This is like it's up there. It's what you expect, really.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a cocoa porter, and that's exactly what you get. It's a porter that tastes predominantly of chocolate.
Yeah, it's really good,
and it's absolutely solid.
It's great.
Well, is that the characteristic of a good core beer? That's something that you mean. What it's advertised as, that it delivers it.
Yeah.
With kind of a certain level of reliability. That's something that keeps coming up. That it's it's really well made. It does exactly what you're expecting. You are going to be. You are reassured that what you bought is going to be what you get.
Yeah.
It really is.
And breweries like Thornbridge take a lot of, care in nailing kind of like big commercial releases, and this is, I guess, one what kind of ticks along all year round.
And I mean, like for like core range beers, they're up against it with the sort of like availability of hops and different malts and the seasons changing how a malt, like the malt is actually affected when you actually come to harvest it and all that sort of thing. They're like core range beers, like it is hard for consistency, like because it probably does vary from batch to batch, but they try and do it in such a way that it's not like noticeable, unless you're probably drinking it side by side or you're a really good taster, not like us. But that's what always like gets me about like really good core range beers. It's like they deliver every time.
Yeah,
unless it's been baked on a shelf or something like that. That's where it's a bit different. But
I mean,
that's not the brewery's fault.
A lot of people tend to buy this Christmas time. It's more of a Christmassy kind of. Every time you go onto certain websites, they're like Christmas.
Like Honest Brew.
Honest Brew, and it's still available. So, but it's under Christmas beer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And obviously, and I'd put this in the category of Easter coming up. A lot of people drink chocolate beers at Easter.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that appears on lists on like websites that you've never heard of.
That's right.
Around times, or like national newspapers.
The Guardian
beers,
top 10.
Beers for Easter, beers for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. It does fit into a couple at least. Just drink it anytime of year. It's great.
Absolutely.
At the price point, it's bonkers.
Yeah, it's really well priced. That's
four of these. Have you got 4 of these for under a tenner on Honest Brew?
Not bad, is it?
It's just
not bad at all.
Well, if you brought a certain amount, Craig, on Honest Brew, say £29 worth. Hello, put in the code GBL10 and you'll get £10 off.
Oh, there you go.
So there we go, GBL10. That's all you need to do. £29, GBL10, £10 off, delivered to your door. Simple as that.
You could get 16 bottles of this.
He's done the math.
For the price of 8.
There we go.
For the price of 12.
We're beer reviewers, not mathematicians. Just buy them.
I'll take your word for it.
That's damn weird. But should we discuss Thornbridge's core range? I'm actually drinking another one from their core range. I've got it on the go at the moment. Their Green Mountain.
I've had a bunch of people comment about that. Craig's got the
the Untapped. Yeah.
The Untapped shares.
This is the Honest Brew page.
Right.
So yeah, there you go.
$2.29. That's a right fucking. It's a steal.
It's really. It goes into
it's the deal of the century.
Then there's related products. Here we go. So look at this. Here we go. Common grounds.
Oh, here you go. This is your core range, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's certainly 2 I'd pick out.
Yeah. Broken Dream. Yeah. How could we not mention that?
Indeed.
Damn good beer.
So yeah. Anyway, that's that, and then this is this.
3.88. Interesting. All kind of around that mark, aren't they?
Yeah. So yeah.
20. Well, I know the first one was like 3.3.
Yeah.
3.33, 3.88. Yeah, they're all kind of around that mark, aren't they?
That's 15. Well, over 15,500 getting on for 16,000 ratings. So
20,000 check-ins.
Yeah, that's a lot. 20,500, and then 242 in the last 30 days. So there you go. So it's been around since October of 2014. So
it's funny. This might be more of a comment about Untapped, but 17,000 of those ratings were unique. You'd think for like a core range beer, it'd be some, but maybe people don't do multiple check-ins. Maybe you just check it in the first time you drink it, sort of thing. But
I think it's what people do generally. They just have one and they want something new.
Just to make sure you said you've had it in the past.
Yeah, I've got friends who pride themselves on being like the top of the list for specific beers.
Oh, really?
My mate Steve always tries to be the top of the list for Cannonball.
Oh, really? What, the loyal
Yeah.
drinker thing?
Yeah, he's like number one.
Yeah. Just keep checking it in, even if you haven't had
I
it.
was well up on there. I was well up on there for I think it was Life and Death, early days, Cannonball and Punk. I think for a while I kind of tipped around the top for those. A number of years ago. I used it a bit today on tap. But.
I remember Life and Death used to be great.
Yeah, that's another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's really interesting brews, I have to say. I wouldn't pick one out over the other because the styles just completely. They just work for if you're having 3 beers in this order, and they're all top of that style that you're drinking them in. So.
Yeah, it's that weird thing. It's quite easy to discount the first one because it's a lot more simple, maybe not as kind of. Well, for my personal taste, the other two are just like that. They're the kind of beers I like. I like dark beers with like sweet flavors, and I like IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of easy for me to go, yeah, they're my kind of beers.
Yeah,
but I completely agree. I mean, they're all really solid, and they're all really enjoyable, and they're all really approachable.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're 3 really good beers.
Yeah. I'd like to say hello to our good buddy, Peter, who's drinkers in the chat.
Oh, is it? Is he not at work?
He's watching at work.
Yeah, he's working hard. So, yeah.
Unfortunate for his colleagues.
So, how was the festival then? The Cloudwater?
Which one? The Cloudwater. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely bonkers. Yeah.
You went on the Friday, that's right, isn't it?
I went on the Friday one, thankfully, before the shit storm kind of kicked off.
Yeah,
it's quite funny when I kind of like think back. Like we got in there, got his first beer, and we're kind of like hanging about, and Paul Jones, the main guy behind Cloudwater, he's coming around because they only sell half the tickets for that session Friday afternoon. You got to take a day off work. I'm happy to do that. Take a day off work and go drink really amazing beer. So he came round and he was saying, "Oh, I hope you have a really good time. I'm really happy about this and all." Then you kind of like, you think, what the shitstorm that kind of like landed later on. But regardless, yes, sir.
It was quite late in the day as well, wasn't it? It was like 11 o'clock at night or really late.
Yeah. That was fucking nuts. So
I looked at what was going on. I was like, what? A blog post? So I read it and I was like, so I retweeted it because obviously I've had a few people locally to me who were going up on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Just get it out there. And...
Yeah, I woke up with a stonking hangover, and then my wife were like, "Have you seen what's happened with Cloudwater?" I'm like, "What?" Like in the fucking haze of the hangover. And she's like, "No, it's been cancelled." Oh, well, fucking what? Yeah, it was really quite interesting. I was I really followed that kind of
stuff. Yeah, I followed it throughout the day because it just seemed a crazy situation. Yeah. Well, a lot of people gave him shit for it, for like not checking about licenses and that. But they said they checked like 3 or 4 times or whatever, and like I have no reason not to believe that. Absolutely. If you're running an event, you would be vigilant and checking multiple times. You're going to think that you're okay, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, my mate Connor, who was the main organizer, I've known him for a number of years now, and he's the kind of guy who doesn't let shit like that like slip by. So he's not kind of like a days at all. He ran Manchester Beer Week like single-handedly. Oh, he ran Manchester Beer Week single-handedly for like 4 years. He's super hard working and really diligent. So yeah, he's not somebody who just let something slip. It was sadly it was the agent who essentially looks after that venue. They assured him of various things and they can let him down. But
yeah, Connor's a lovely guy.
He's cracking guy.
He come down and done the tap takeover in the Ravens game. He was really chatting to him for like half hour after the after the tasting thing, and he's just a really nice bloke.
Yeah. I bumped into him during the festival. He kind of came over and said, "Am I everything going all right?" He's like, "Yeah, so far so good." He's like, "If it stays like this, I'll be really happy." No, yeah. But I think I think there's a lot of goodwill gone there in their direction as a result of it. I mean, a lot of people banded together, and the city really kind of like came together to help him in that regard, which is really good. I mean, regarding beers, I mean, yeah, there was like guaranteed pour things. You had like a tick list of a bunch of breweries. So you had Other Half, Trillium, The Vale, Monkish, and Hill Farmstead. You were guaranteed a pour of one beer from those breweries within the first 3 hours of the session. And it worked out. And after that first 3 hours, it was like it were open season. You can go and get some more.
That's good though.
That's a good feature.
It worked. But during the session we were at, it worked. And as it happened, my mate Dave was pouring for Monkish, so I got to have a roll. I could just go back.
Monkish.
That's the yeah. Well, there's Craig, as you'll see on Craig's channel in the near future. That's quite exciting. We'll talk about that. But yeah, as far as kind of standouts, oddly, my beer of the festival was a sour beer, which it was probably the only sour. Well, maybe might have had 2 or 3 sour beers. It was Bellwood's Tangerine Jelly King, which was it was a real revelation, and a bunch of people subsequently they kind of like said that it was one of their.
Is that his battery gone, or is he still there?
No, he's still there.
You're back. You're back.
Did I crash?
You crashed, yeah. When you're talking about other people saying it was a good beer.
So Tangerine Jelly King. It tasted a little bit like slightly sour Fanta.
Oh, really?
It was really nice. It was really good. And I mean, they were in the corner and really kind of overlooked, I'd say. I think the other beer they had during the session that I was at was brewed for that festival with Cloudwater, and I think it was called a stout we made with coffee in it. I think
that's a great name. I like that.
But they were kind of I think Bell was one of the breweries that people kind of discovered as something special.
I would have been all over those.
I mean, when I went to the first Beaver X, Bellwoods were my favourite brewery of Beaver X because it was ridiculously good beer and there was no queue.
Yeah. People don't know who they are. That's great when that happens because I'm not, friends over the pond and stuff. It's like they're always drinking them and this, that, and it's like great. And then like I say, last year at Beaver X they were there. I didn't get to go unfortunately, but I think they'll be coming back. So I'll be quite interested to see Collective Arts, their kind of new release stuff, not their just like core range, but like their numbered IPAs. I think they're doing 8 and number 9 or something like that.
Yeah, and they're doing a bunch. I think they've recently done a bunch of collabs with British breweries. I'm not going to say too much. I don't know how much is out there publicly. So I was going to say I know somebody who works at Collective Arts now.
Yeah, that's good because I know that they're doing. I'm not doing, but I would assume that all these festivals you get after you'll get a load of they're going to certain breweries doing collabs with some of these like big name breweries in the States or Canada. So, which is a few months down the line, I'm sure we'll see the works of their efforts, I guess. So,
but I should just kind of reflect on that. I mean, Hill Farmstead had not only just brought saisons, and I'll be like, I nearly didn't bother going and get a Hill Farmstead, but I went and got one. And I was like, it's good.
Depends what your taste buds are at.
Yeah. The Trillium stuff wasn't as good as I expected. The double IPA was a bit disappointing. Monkey stuff was fantastic. The Vale stuff was poor. The worst beer I had was from the Vale, and I think they've got an unjustified reputation. I don't think they're as good as people think they are. We've got much better breweries in the UK than the Vale. I mean, Verdant, North, Dare by a fucking country mile, are much better than the Vale. People go jizz in the pants over the veil. No.
Yeah,
Just move along. We've got better beer over here. The other half had some good stuff. I had the Omnipoyo collab, but the mate had it was called twice baked sweet potato or something like that.
Yeah.
He was blown away by that. Sadly, it had gone by the time I got around for my second helping. So I missed out on that one. But for me, Cellar Maker. That was the one beer when I looked on the list. I was like, I hope that beer's on. Because I went to Cellar Maker in 2014, and they do a smoked breakfast porter, I think, called coffee and cigarettes, and it was a chocolate, and it was called Mocha and Cigarettes, which was a chocolate vanilla variant of that, and that was the one beer I wanted them to have on. And they did have it. They had it, and I went in and got it, and I got some free sunglasses from them as well. I don't know if you watch Master of Hoppets, he has some sunglasses which got like green arms on them, and they're Cellar Maker glasses. They were like, they're the sunglasses. And they're like, yeah, they're free. They're like, yeah, so free sunglasses, and my mate got like a free hat and stuff
for the cool kids.
Can't beat some cheap. My wife is she's stolen me Cellar Maker sunglasses off me. Yeah, I can't even wear them myself. I might look like a tit. I'm not saying I do. I might look like a tit. I might not. I don't know. But yeah, it was really fun festival. One of those experiences where you kind of think I should have just gone home and not continued drinking for another 6 hours.
Yeah, well, that's like every beer thing.
It's just when you're in it,
you're on that level. You want, should I get another beer? Yeah.
You feel untouchable at that point.
And exactly, there's no point where comes into the conversation and going home. Just what's that? We've got Matt from Massive Beer Reviews in the chat.
Oh wow! Yeah, humbled by your presence.
For sure. So.
I think the comment's directed at Rob though.
Why was the comment?
Yeah. I think he's talking.
Stop collecting my hair samples.
Hill Farmstead.
Entertainingly with the mystery beers, I got one of his hairs. I got somebody else's as well. It might have been Harry.
Yeah, I knew one of Harry's hairs.
Is he just like plucking out his pubes and sticking them on? I wouldn't put it past him. It might have been by accident. It might have been his dogs. I'm looking for a wiry, great, black grey.
Barbed wire hair.
But yeah, no. They will. The mystery beers from that will continue to be rolled out on a weekly basis, as the other ones were. Jacob, have you done all your mystery beers? What we brought back from?
Yeah, I've done them all. I've still got to post the one from that you gave me, which will go up next week.
Cool.
Which spoiler alert, fucking nailed it. well, no, I didn't nail it. I did get the brewery. I didn't get the brewery. Yeah.
I don't think you got the brewery.
No, I didn't get the brewery. I didn't get the brewery.
I would have been impressed if you.
In a million years, I would have never got the brewery. But...
No. Yeah, he had didn't have a coloured ring pull on it or something. Well.
It did, yeah. It had a black ring pull, and I was like, going, who does a black ring pull? Who does what British brewery does a 440 with a black ring pull? I was like, because like the one from Harry, he gave me the 2018 Dark Matter, and it was like I smelt it and I thought like this is a barrel aged stout. It's got to be some sort of barrel aged stout. And then when I drank it, and it was like sour, and like balsamic vinegar and all that. And then it got like this real savoury kick to it. And then I looked at the bottle and I was like, that's can only be one beer. So it's like sometimes you get those like cues from, even though it's wrapped, because it had the wax dipped top sticking out of it and everything's sort of put two and two together. And like, but I was pretty chuffed I nailed it.
I thought he'd give you a bottle of port to start with.
At first I thought
because I knew what he'd given me. I was like thinking, yeah, he's gonna fuck everybody over, isn't he?
it would be a very Harry manoeuvre.
Absolutely. I don't
to
think
give someone a bottle of
I
port.
don't think I posted my second one from him, but he did me on the second one. I got it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. The throwaway comment just towards the end of it, as I'm like unwrapping it, starting to snip away at the paper. I'm like, oh, it could be this, could be that, but then it could be this, and they were like, yeah, it's fucking that.
Yeah.
Right. I knew it was that. You absolutely not.
It's the trouble. It's the thing with mystery beers. You sort of talk yourself like, well, I do anyway. It's like talk yourself round in circles.
Yeah. You just
So like the one that Peter gave me, it was like, oh, this. I was like, this could be a milkshake IPA. And I was like, no, it's not. And then you open it, it's like, fuck it was a milkshake IPA.
the three I've done, it's like, I think the second one was completely bowled me over. I was like, didn't have a clue. The second one you gave me, the other two was reasonable, I suppose, but
I've noticed Dean's passed them on to his mate as well.
yeah, I saw that.
The degustation, yeah. He's passing on continuing the Mr. Beer kind of love in the UK.
It's good. It's good.
Great.
It is. It really is. I'm surprised nobody's sent any to Simon yet. I'm really surprised nobody's sent any to Simon yet. He'd become the.
What do he do then? You think?
Well, it is. There's an interesting point because obviously, I mean, we're going off on a slight kind of like tangent now, aren't we? But, yeah, Simon. I don't know if you saw Simon's appearance on Facebook on Cardiff TV.
Oh, I saw him
where he did those freaking those beers. Yeah, and he got them right. I think there's a bit of TV editing going on there.
Oh, really? I did actually see the footage, but there was a bit of a mystery beer thing, was there?
Well, he did like a blind tasting. He had like I think he had his tie tied around his eyes and things. Yeah, whatever. You could see what they were. He knew exactly which beer they were. Like, snitch up, this is.
Yeah.
But it's a risk, though. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I feel like, am I just shooting myself in the foot?
Yeah.
By like putting myself out there, because I'm just doing really badly at some of them.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. I mean, and it shows that how blurred the lines are between styles nowadays. I think.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, you sort of give a beer a name, but it doesn't necessarily. It could fit a few names. You could call it a sour, or you could call it a sour IPA, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just semantics, really.
It's interesting, though. It's just where beer is gone, though, isn't it? I mean, I reckon mystery beers, say 10 years ago, might have been a bit easier.
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
Less sort of like dry hop sours and.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just completely changed. Yeah, interesting though.
No, for me, it's one of the most exciting parts of it at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's good fun. Everyone should check out our various mystery beer videos. But anyway, I think we've digressed enough.
We're done, yeah. For sure.
From the core range theme of this Good Beer Live.
Yeah, we were originally obviously going to do some February, wasn't we? This one. But
well, because there was the whole
Kernel
February.
beers are just too tempted.
Yeah. So should we do the Kernel beers first? Yeah, let's do
Kernel
the Kernel
beers.
beers.
Really nice.
Yeah, because what was it in February? What was the initiative?
Flagship February.
Flagship February, yeah.
Actually,
yeah. We were sort of going to tie it in with that, and then it was like, no, Kernel comes before core.
That's right.
But it's been thoroughly enjoyable, and it's sort of revisited beers I haven't had in quite a while, especially Jakehead. I mean, that is just an absolute revelation tonight, really. Because last time I had it wasn't a bottle, and I remember it being a lot browner, like Craig's photo, than what it was tonight.
His dimple mug.
Yeah, your hipster you.
Indeed.
And your dimple mug.
Kiss beer.
Yeah. But there we go. So a big thank you to Rob and Craig for another stellar episode of Good Beer Live, I have to say. And a big thank you to Honest Brew. So links in the description for your code GBL10. Gets you £10 off an order over £29. And we'll see you on the next one.
Indeed.
Cheers. Cheers. But cheers anyway.
Cheers.